Bubba. A man once convinced two hikers that he was a wild boar for 4 full minutes.
What?
They threw rocks at him, Bubba.
And?
He stayed in character.
Okay, I need context.
Here's Dave.
I need to tell you about the single most humiliating morning of my entire adult life. I was a serious photographer. I had the vintage camera bag, the jacket, the whole aesthetic going on. 10 years ago, there was this iconic Brown Ranger jacket everyone was wearing. Toggle buttons, very rugged. I did not know what I was doing in nature. I'd heard about this lake in Yellowstone, famous for morning mist, so I set my alarm for 3 a.m., drove 2 hours, and hiked in the dark. I got there at 4 a.m. It was perfect, fog everywhere. Complete silence. 30 minutes in, my stomach sent me a telegram. This was not a suggestion. This was a full federal emergency broadcast. No bathrooms, no toilets, no civilization for miles. I looked around, thick fog, dense bushes. I thought, okay, I'll just go in the bushes. I waddled into that fog bank like a man accepting his destiny. Found a spot and perfectly covered, beautiful view of the valley. Under different circumstances, I would have taken a photo, squatted down. Brown jacket blending perfectly into the surroundings. I reached for my tissue pack, used one denim, one sheet, still not clean, used another. The entire pack, gone. I was sitting there in the fog, in the bushes, brown jacket, bare bottom, desperately patting around for dry leaves. Then voices, 2 voices, getting closer. A couple.
Babe, stop. Look, is that a deer?
Oh my God, it is a deer. Wait, why is it so big? Babe, that is not a deer. Is that a wild boar?
I sat there and I did the math. Option A, stand up, explain everything, and get arrested for indecent exposure. Option B, become the boar. I chose option B. I opened my mouth.
Whoa! It is a wild boar. You hear that? Why isn't it moving though? Is it asleep? Babe, what if it's dead? Should I throw a bigger one? If it moves, we'll know it's alive.
Scream! I have never felt pain like that in my life. But I could not blow my cover.
Babe, that's not a boar, that's a person. That is a person in the bushes. We need to leave, right now.
I lay there in the bushes for 10 minutes, just existing. Eventually, I gathered enough leaves, handled my business, and hiked back down that mountain, a completely different man. Camera bag on my shoulder, dignity nowhere to be found. I get to the parking lot, and the couple is standing right there. I walked past them, eyes forward.
Babe, you see that jacket? That's the exact same color as the boar's bottom.
Babe, it was a boar. It was a boar. Let's go.
I donated that Joe jacket, took it the next day. I'd sold my camera equipment the week after, and to this day, whenever someone asks me why I don't do nature photography anymore, I just say I had a bad experience with wildlife.
Our hospital room had a guy named Big Al, built like a Netflix crime documentary subject. Face scarred, jaw wired shut, couldn't say a single word properly. But this man, this absolute unit of a human being, was running around our 6-person ward like Florence Nightingale in a hospital gown, fetching water, fixing blankets, adjusting IV lines, all while going, Nobody knew what he was saying, but he meant well. God, he meant well. Around evening, intern Johnny shows up, clipboard in hand, soul already checked out for the day.
Mr. Henderson, we need to prep you for surgery. Follow me, please.
Now, Big Al happened to be standing right next to Henderson's bed, fixing his IV line, being helpful, as always. And when Johnny called out Henderson's name, Big Al, trying to be useful, trying to say, he's right here, the guy next to me, raised his hand.
Oh, Mr. Henderson. Wow, you're a lot bigger than the chart suggested. Right this way, sir. We've got a VIP room ready for you. Very special care.
VIP room. Big Al's eyes lit up. He did not ask questions. He followed. Behind the curtain, the sound of an electric razor. Big Al is back there thinking, American healthcare, full pre-surgery massage. This is incredible. And then someone told him to take his pants off. 30 minutes later, Big Al walked back into the ward. Both legs spread wide, eyes completely vacant, moving like a man who had experienced something he could never unexperience. Hey Al, what did they give you in there? That's when intern Johnny came sprinting back in.
Oh, no. Mr. Henderson, where have you been? We still need to do your pre-surgery shave. Wait.
Wasn't that the guy from earlier? Didn't you raise your hand and say you were Henderson? Oh, Big Al grabbed his jaw wire with both hands, tears streaming down his face, trying with every fiber of his being to communicate one sentence through a wired shut jaw. Which, for those of you who don't speak wired jaw, roughly translated to, that was me pointing at the guy next to me, you absolute idiot. Henderson eventually got his prep done. Big Al got a formal apology from the hospital, and intern Johnny requested a transfer to dermatology the following week.